Yo, I thought you was moving to Cali.
You ain't going nowhere.
So you're not going no more?
Where you live
Why
at
are you
now?
still in Detroit?
Are you sure you want to
I
move?
don't think you should
Just
move.
stay
How
here.
much do you
How
make?
did you start making all that
Can
money?
you show me?
Fine then. I guess I'll tell you.
What you looking for, baby? It's right here. Yeah. Don't go searching, baby. I'll go crazy for my baby, yeah. We not perfect, more like far from it. Break up to make up every argument. Babe, yes, I admit I played a part in it. While you harbor it inside, baby, I still believe in us. Yes. If we leave, we be leaving.
That's some pretty good matcha. So I never thought that I would be in the top 5% of earners in the US and top 0.2% of earners in the world. Just so you guys can understand, I've researched this for quite some time since I've been on this journey. I never thought that I would be at that position, but I am, and I'm grateful. I'm just gonna kind of break down like really how I got here, how all the things just came about. But before we get started, I want to address some of the questions that have been asked. Why aren't you in LA? I thought you was moving. Why are you still here? All those questions. We're gonna dive into all of those because people have been asking. A lot of people have been asking. So we're gonna dive right into that. So I had to move out of my place and I ended up staying with, at the time, was a really good friend of mine, musician friend, extraordinary songwriter, singer, producer. And I was given some promises. I was really like struck on like moving to like LA specifically, California in general. So I ended up having to stay with a friend of mine and that ended up, not working out. I want to paint a picture like from like 2023 to 2024, I end up moving like 3 times because I had to move out of my house to my homie's house. After I moved from my homie's house, I had to then find somewhere else to move with another homie of mine. So I ended up moving like 3 times in like 4 months off some like, I gotta get out. And back to that issue, that's a whole nother story about, what happened between me and Buddy. He called and apologized, and it's no bad blood. I still think, Buddy's an extraordinary musician, songwriter. I will point anybody in his direction as far as if you want to hit, he's the one. He has undeniable talent. I consider him, to have been one of my brothers, you know what I mean? I wish him all the best. But moving forward, after me moving out of that space, I'm gonna be candid with you guys. As a 30-something-year-old man, moving back into your parents' house is just like not an option, you know what I mean? So I had to just stay with a friend. I end up having to stay there for like a year. This is where everything started to like transpire and like change. Like this is where my life actually started to change, and we are about to get into that right now. All right, so I had to switch the vibes a little bit because this is the part where I'm gonna get just a little bit intimate with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fill y'all in. Y'all want to know the story I'm about to tell you, so hide your kids, hide your wives. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but that was a bad joke. So I finally move in and I'm trying my best to get settled, trying my best to get acclimated. When you're at a point where you feel like you're at a transitioning point, you're trying to figure out where to go. You thought something was going to happen, it didn't happen. You thought things were going to turn out a certain way and it didn't turn out the way that you thought. You felt like you prayed for it and you felt like you believed enough for it to happen and it just didn't work out that way. So right now I'm in a transitioning phase trying to figure out, okay, what's my purpose? What is it that I'm getting ready to do? What's the calling for me? You know what I'm saying? I'm here for maybe like 2 months at this time, 2-3 months. I'm trying my best to stay motivated. I started vlogging, I started, recording videos and stuff like that. So that's making me feel like I'm doing something, I'm active. First lesson you want to take out of this is even during a downtime, be active during your downtime. Prove to yourself that even though you're down at this moment, you're going to do something. Do something in your downtime. So I'm going to the gym. I started recording myself going to the gym, just like doing things I would never do, even just like filming and vlogging. I'm a private person, you know what I'm saying? That was just new for me. Like, it was bringing me out of my box. This particular day, I woke up, I said, I really need to change. I told myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go on a 7-day water fast. And I vlogged my whole experience going on a 7-day water fast. That video is coming too. While I was on the 7-day water fast, I did lots of reading, praying, and writing stuff down. That's lesson number 2 if you want to take out of this video. When you get to that point, writing down things is so crucial. Just the physical, like, I don't know, it's just something about writing stuff down. Especially in an age where everything is digital, we got everything going through our phones. But it's that physical, like, writing stuff. It's almost like if you're talking to somebody, you're trying to develop a connection with somebody and all y'all do is talk on the phone. You never see each other. You never get that like person to person interaction. And that's kind of what it's like when you actually go back and write stuff down. It's like, oh, like, man, I remember this. And then like it's certain things that takes away from when you're not writing stuff down. So it's just that whole feeling of like writing stuff down. Prayed over what I wrote down. And it may sound cliche, but like I slept with like some of the stuff I was writing down after I prayed with it. I did this for 7 days straight. I was like, man, I'm gonna really see what my parents be talking about. I'm gonna really see if this works. I want to try in a more intense way than what I've been doing. 3rd day into it, I go to the gym and I'm working out, and this is an older guy, and something was just telling me like start up a conversation with him. He looked like a OG, you know what I'm saying? You know, probably like mid-50s, look like he worked out and stuff like that. So what I do is I strike up a conversation, just walk past him, just waited for the opportunity to say, what's good, OG? Like, what's up, nephew? Of course, you know that's how the OGs be. What's up, nephew? I'm like, nah, nothing, just trying to get it in, man. He like, nah, I feel you, man. I'm distant. So the conversation was just natural. He asked me like, what you do? I told him like, I'm in transition. I'm trying to figure out, some things. But, I told him I was ex-military. I'm a veteran. He said, oh, my nephew's a veteran. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, what kind of work does he do? He said, he's in IT. It kind of struck something in me. I'm like, really? I'm like, oh man, I've been thinking about getting into IT. He was like, man, yeah, man, he doing good for himself. It's like, I'll give you his number or whatever, chop it up, this, and that. Called him. I'm like, hey man, I met your uncle, this, and that, man. Can we chop it up about, what you got going on? I'm ex-military. I'm looking to get into tech. Man, dude was so crucial in this pivot. It's not even a joke. We like started developing like a good brotherhood. I mean, he pointed me in so many great directions. And that's point number 3. I don't know where I'm at, but I'm just making this up as I go, honestly. Don't be afraid to like speak to people. People have gotten so used to being in their shell that they don't want to like go and like shake hands and stuff like that. That's crucial. Like, we need that as human beings, is that interaction. I then started doing more research on IT, started looking up these videos on YouTube. I ran into this guy named Kyle Lawyer and this lady named Simone Bees. I was watching them like religiously. I had finished up my fast by this time. I was just doing a bunch of studying like on IT, how to get into the tech world and stuff like that. As I was doing that, he was also helping me get my 100% from the military. I'm gonna tell y'all how crazy this works. I joined this mentorship, this tech mentorship in June. I'm really iffy because I'm about to drop like my last like $500 on this mentorship, and I've never done anything like this before. So I'm like, man, forget it. I don't have nothing else to lose because I don't have anything. I've lost everything at this point. About 2 months into the mentorship or 3 months into the mentorship, I'm like, man, I'm kind of panicking because I'm like, I feel like I spent this money and I'm not really seeing any results at first. The recruiters aren't calling me back. Nobody's looking at my resume. I remember I got my first call. It was for a position for McDonald's, at a corporate position for McDonald's. They was paying like $150 or something like that. And I didn't do good on the call screening, so I didn't get that job. But then I got another call. So now calls are starting to come in. I got another call. The position was like in Wisconsin or something like that. They was offering like $100,000. I had to turn it down. And I was like, wow, I really just turned down $100,000, $100K a year job. And I've never even been in a position to do that. And so now like it's starting to feel like, okay, if I'm able to do that, I'm just going to wait for something that I feel like God may have better for me. I'm sitting here thinking like I'm really about to turn down $100,000. And I did. And I just waited for something that made more sense for my position. I remember I got a position from being under the mentorship. They called me. The interview was like 15 minutes. Got off the phone. They called me like 30 minutes later. Like, said, hey, we want to offer you the job. It's remote. You only have to go in like 1 day out the week. When I tell you, like, I was so ecstatic because at this point it's been like a year and some change without me making any real money. So I kind of like cried a little bit because I was really emotional about like finally like things are coming together. I can't stress to y'all how down I was. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, I was at the bottom of the bottom, and I don't cry like that. And for me to like feel like I need to cry, is that says a lot. I'm like, man, I need to like release something, bro. This was just like the first step. So I got that job in October. You forgot that I had told you that he was helping me get my 100%. So I got the job in October. They was paying like 60 a year. Immediately my yearly income flipped from like me making how much I was making, like a little bit under 2,000, to now like 80,000, and plus what I was getting. So 60 plus the two, whatever I was getting a month, we'll just say like 80. I'm not good at math. You jump from like 20 a year to 80 out of nowhere. December, a little bit before Christmas, I see a deposit coming in from Veterans Benefits. They back paid me for my disability or whatever. So I went from 20 to like 80. Once I got 100%, that added an extra 45 bands a year. In the span of months, I went from 20 to 80 to like 125 and some change. Like, are you seeing what I'm saying, bro? Like, this all happened literally like immediately after I got off that fast. And it's been so fast after that. Like, it's been coming in so fast. I joined a mentorship in June, and I started the fast in June. By October, I had my first job. By December, I had got my military benefits. So now I'm like, okay, I'm doing good. I can finally get a car, stuff like that. Here comes February. I got an offer from another job. Got an interview, killed that interview. They called me a month later, said like, hey, if you still want the position, you know, we're gonna offer you XXX amount of money. And I don't care. I'll tell you, that job said we're gonna pay you $145 a year. I'm gonna let that sink in. You have to understand that the year before, I was barely making 2 bands. By the next year, the same time, I'm already like over 200. Under a year. And again, I want y'all to get the gist of what this video is about. It's not about money. It's not about that. I want you to get the soul of what I'm trying to express to y'all. As a person coming from nothing, putting his head down, working hard, doing what he has to do, and finding a way to succeed. They offered me that job. That next month, I buy my dream truck. Ever since I saw that truck, I've always said like, I'm gonna get that truck. That truck is gonna be mine. And I don't know a lot of people say that, but it's always been this specific truck. I wasn't like this about any other car. Like, I'm being serious. There was no other car that I was like, I'm going to get that. You know, people be like, you know, just get what you can, and like just get whatever car you can get right now so you can. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that because I don't want to waste any time. I don't want to waste any money. Let me tell you how I went to go get this truck. I went in there and I said, hey, I want this type of truck, yada yada yada. He said, we don't have the green color, but you know, we got the orange color. I'm like, orange? I didn't even know they had orange. It's called solar orange. Stop playing with me. I've been on orange, bro. I'm like, man, let me see the inside. Man, he showed me the white interior. I'm like, oh my God, this is the one. I gotta, whatever I gotta do, I'm getting this. That truck never even saw a sticker. It was never even on the lot. It was just in the back. I've never been able to do that, bro. Never. This is a real life, like, success story. And I'm just praying that I'm able to sustain it and build off of where I'm at right now. So now I need to find me a place to stay. I'm like, man, I got this eviction. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find nowhere to stay. Thank God for friends. Shout out to Bobby Echoes, who helped me close on this deal in this condo. He called me up on some random stuff I don't even know, but it was really timely though. I don't really remember how it happened, but then I was like, oh man, I forgot that you was a realtor. He was like, man, hey, I got this place. And he worked with me for like 2 weeks. Like, hey man, somebody just called me. I got this place. If you can give us this, and this, you'll be in there by tomorrow. He's like, I need you to come up with this, and this. Because, you know, they see that you got that eviction or whatever. I was in that mug, had the keys like within a week or something like that. Let's recap right quick. The year prior was broke in a mug. Broke as a joke, a broke joker. June, I joined the mentorship and I go on this fast. By October, I land a role in IT. December, the military grants me my disability. February, I get another job. March, I get into my dream car and I move into a condo. Within a year, my net, like my yearly annual earnings went from like 20,000 to like 3 something. I just but that's crazy. I want y'all to understand. Sometimes the best thing that can happen to you is you losing everything. Me losing everything turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me, bro. Because if I didn't lose everything, I wouldn't have this mindset. I've always had the mindset of like, I'm gonna figure out how to get it, But starting from there was crazy. Like, how do I figure out how to get it from here? Like, no leverage, bro. I couldn't do the Uber. You know what I'm saying? Because that's always been a crutch. It's a lot of people's crutches, driving Uber Eats and all this other type of stuff. But I've always told myself I don't want to depend on that. Now I'm at a place to where I can go without depending on a situation to happen for me. I can create the situation for me to go out there and out. I was depending on a situation to come through for me in order for me to go out there. OG is like, nah. I'm gonna make it so where you can do it on your own, and you can do it however many times as you want to, as big as you want to on your own. To answer a lot of everyone's questions, why am I still here? What kept me here? When am I going? How did I go from where I was to where I am? A lot of people say, man, don't be telling all your business and stuff like that. But I'm not telling it in the aspect of like gloating. I'm not telling it in the aspect of like, it's a lot of y'all still obviously don't know. I'm not gonna like some certain particulars I'm not gonna share. But if I can be some type of like motivation or inspiration to somebody that might be at the lowest of the low, I was put in this position for a reason. So I'm gonna use every resource that I have to be able to share it with somebody else. I honestly hope that this has like inspired some people. I just want my audience to be able to say like, hey, he shared that with me. I feel a part of his journey now, or like that inspired me, or like I'm going through the same thing, or I went through the same thing and I can relate. And what I want to do with my following is I want to actually be the type of person that actually replies to people. Like people get, 100,000 subscribers and then they feel like they to Hollywood to reply, but I don't want to be that person. Now I understand you get to a point to where you just can't really do it, but at the end of the day, like starting off like, because I'm starting off like everybody else. I want to be able to like, I get a comment or I get a message like, hey man, you inspired me, can you tell me how to yada 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 what you do? I'm in the military too, or I'm broke too, or like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to like develop relationships with people, man. Make people fall in love with you, they'll fall in love with everything else that you do. Make people respect you as a person and they'll respect everything else. I appreciate y'all for watching this far. I have so much more videos and reels and projects that I'm getting ready to release for everyone to see. If you haven't already, comment, like, subscribe. I can keep sharing stuff like this with y'all. Share it, bro. Like, share, because somebody need to see this. Somebody need to see this because somebody out there broke. And they need some inspiration. Like when I'm feeling broke, super broke, I watch Paid in Full and I get off my behind and I figure out something. That jump make me want to go get some money every time I watch that mug, bro. But anyways, I love y'all and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.